everyone, Draco Magnius here for another episode of Virtue's Last Reward. Maybe the last one. We'll have to see. In the last episode, we tied up some loose ends. We learned that Akane was who the old woman was. I mean, we had a feeling of that for a while, but it was actually confirmed. Tenmyoji had quite the moment. We discovered 2 vials of Excelavir. Well, technically we did that 2 episodes ago, but we actually used the Excelavir in the last episode. And we unlocked access to a new part of the timeline before all of this started. So, without further ado, let's jump into the past to see what's going on in the AB room past. Ow. Ow, 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 ow! Damn it. Feels like my head's gonna explode. Wait. Where the hell am I? Well, this is bizarre. I mean, how does this help anything? I mean, we're basically back at the beginning again, right? But this is technically before? Weird. Huh. Looks like an elevator, but...
No. This is one of the AB rooms.
Gah! Who the hell are you? And what the hell's an AB room?
Damn. I guess you did lose your memory after all.
Memory? Memory. Memories, all alone in the moonlight. At least I think those are the lyrics. Don't quote me on that. Oh good, Sigma got his memories back. I remember! You're Fi! She grinned. When is this?
Check your bracelet.
It's a red pear. BP is 3.
Mine's the same.
Does this mean this is the beginning of the game? You've gone back to when we first woke up in the AB room?
No, not quite. I think we woke up a little earlier this time.
Oh. How do you know?
Push the buttons on the side of your bracelet.
2 hours. 15 minutes.
We didn't wake up this long before the primary doors opened last time. I think we're about an hour early.
Wait a minute. If you're right...
Yeah. Akane might still be alive. We got back before Dio killed her. I think.
Dang. Then...
Right. We're here for one reason.
To kick Dio's ass! It's been a long time coming. Although technically we've kicked his ass in various different timelines and he's killed himself, so... I mean, I guess we've kind of already done that, but now we're gonna do it before he kills someone, which kind of... That gives us a moral quandary, actually. Is he guilty of a murder that he hasn't committed yet? I mean, the intent is still there. So, you know what? In this case, I'm gonna say, yes, we can. Stop her from getting killed.
Exactly.
Let's move! We need to get out of here fast!
Don't need to tell me twice. Let's go.
Seek a way out! Well, I mean, everything's exactly the same. Couldn't I just go to the, thing and get out? Or do I have to do the entire AB room? Where is... Oh, there it is. Do. Passcode, move back to elevator. You need to remember the password for the safe! We figured it out last time. Once a password has been found, it will never change. Going back to the past or changing timelines won't alter it. You can view your password in the archive, which can be accessed from the button on the bottom screen. Yeah, I figured. Game, that's why I did it. Moon. Sun. Hell yeah! In your face, AB room! There! It's open! Good work. Hurry up and grab the cracker. What? Cracker? Damn, I meant the key. How the hell? Just shut up and do it! Man, it's great that I can just do that. It means this AB room isn't gonna work exactly, but I don't give two shits about that. Alright, let's just put this key in here. For God's sake, just do it already! No need to yell. Alright. Good. Looks like that worked. Uh-oh. Ready, Fi? What do you think? I know. Don't need to ask every time, right? Then why the hell are you asking? Hurry up and... Right! I'm going! 10, 9, 8, 1, done! For God's sake, Sigma, why do you feel this incessant need to count down? I agree with Fi. The fuck, Sigma? Hey! You pushed the button! Bite me! You were taking too long. We're on a schedule here. You found it. I feel like that matches what happened very perfectly. Moving on. Fi and I climbed up through the hatch and out onto the top of the AB room. It took us only a moment to spot them. Akane! Behind her was Dio. He was moving quickly and quietly, a knife glinting in his right hand. Shit! Do you have anything to throw at him? There was no time to yell to her. I scrambled down from the top of the AB room. Fi wasn't following me. When I looked back, she was still standing on the roof. Fi! What the hell are you doing? Get down here and... Before I could finish, she moved. She ran across the roof, launching herself into the air. Dynamic entry! KO! What the?
He's fine. Just unconscious.
Hence the KO. Can we stab him just to be sure he doesn't get up? I mean, do we lose anything if he's not alive? Actually, we lose absolutely nothing if he's not alive. No bombs can be placed. There's no descent in the ranks. I mean, you know, the Radical 6 stuff still happens, but he isn't an issue anymore. I bent down and held my fingers in front of his mouth. He was still breathing.
I don't think he saw me. He probably has no idea what happened to him.
Guy went down like a sack of potatoes.
He had it coming.
He really did. He has much worse coming to him. I heard footsteps come to a stop right in front of us. I looked up.
So you came.
Hey, Akane. Yeah. The wibbly-wobbly timey-wimey, we made our way back.
I've been waiting for you. You're here to hear the rest, right?
Yes. Yes, we are. Wait. Just wait a minute. What the hell is your deal? How can you be so calm? If we hadn't shown up just now, you'd...
Have been stabbed in the heart by this young man and died. Yes.
Yeah, no, that is accurate, Akane. How many times does this mean that I've traveled back in time to save your ass, now that I think about it? I mean, I helped Junpei, like, transfer something from the future to the past. to help you in the first game. Then there's this time that I've traveled back in time to literally save your life. So that's at least 2 off the top of my head. Don't make a habit out of this, Akane. I mean, I know there's a third game, but I'm really hoping that you aren't involved and I have to save your life a third time. That'd just be ridiculous.
Although, that reminds me, I haven't thanked you yet. Thank you very much.
No problem, but again, don't make a habit out of making me travel into the past. It's really hard to do.
I very much appreciate you saving me.
What?
Hold on. How do you know about being stabbed by Dio? Are you an Esper too?
Yes, indeed I am. I am able to jump through time, just like you.
Neat. So did you really meet us? I mean, I know you're an Esper. I know Junpei's an Esper. And I know Clover's an Esper. Why did you need so many Espers? Then what the hell were you thinking? If you knew he was going to stab you, why were you going to let him do it?
Because I had to.
You what?
Think back. Why are you here? If I hadn't been killed by Dio, no one else would have been murdered. Consequently, your own abilities would never have manifested. I did explain, didn't I? The purpose of the AB project was to send the 2 of you to the past, or your minds at least. In order for that to happen, some death was necessary. When a human brain is faced with danger, its processing speed increases.
I mean, if you think about it, death means literally nothing when you can go back in time and just rewrite history. I mean, sure, people gotta die in certain timelines, but you can just overwrite those timelines. So, did they really die in the first place? A lot of paradox bullshit happens when you fuck with time. It's really annoying.
Information is processed more quickly, and time almost seems to slow. A few seconds can feel like an eternity. Unfortunately, that in itself isn't enough to send oneself through time. The amplitude of the consciousness is simply too small. In order to increase the amplitude, we need to slow down the brain before the increase happens. It's a little like a slingshot. You pull back on the rubber band and then let go. The potential energy you stored in the band is released and converted into kinetic energy. That's what fires the bullet out of the slingshot. Now, while a slingshot can only fire in one direction, your mind isn't similarly limited. When the bullet of your consciousness is fired from the slingshot of your brain, it travels past the 3-dimensional world and into the 4-dimensional one. From that perspective, time is no longer fixed. In other words, you can travel to the future, the past, whenever you like. Your consciousness has been released from the 3-dimensional cage. In order for that to happen, I had to infect you with Radical 6.
Huh? Whoa, what?
We're infected with Radical 6?
Yes. Don't you remember, Sigma? Luna should have told you about it in another timeline.
Are you sure? Infecting all of these people was such a horrible disease?
Oh yeah, we all have it. It just doesn't seem to manifest in people in certain times. Then again, there's the timeline where everyone kills themselves due to Radical 6, so I shouldn't be very surprised.
Every single one of you has been infected. Well, apart from Luna, of course. Unfortunately, it was necessary. We needed to slow your minds in order to store up your potential energy. Then we provided a dire situation that would accelerate your processing speed. The result is what you are now experiencing. Your consciousness now occupies four-dimensional space-time. Even that, however, wasn't enough. You had the ability to travel, but your memories could easily be lost during the trip. If the project was to succeed, you had to be able to retain everything you learned in each reality. That was the reason you were forced to jump so many times. With each jump, your ability to remember improved.
That's true.
Eventually, you would be able to retain everything. That is why we made you play the A-B game. That was why you had to select different chromatic doors. By forcing specific choices, we could cause you to make more jumps.
I get it. I think I finally understand. Well, okay, there are a lot of things I don't understand, but all of what you just told me makes sense. You did all of this so that Phi and I could jump through four-dimensional space with our memories intact. Right?
Yes.
But why did you need us to do that? People have died for this. Multiple times, in fact. I mean, let's count how many different ways people have died. Murder, antimatter explosion, suicide. I've died. So has Phi. So have you! So why would you do all this? What does it matter that Phi and I can jump through time?
Haven't I told you? Death was unavoidable. You were all destined to die. Sacrifices had to be made for the sake of the project.
I already know all that! What I'm asking you is why? What is so goddamn important that it's worth all this?
Ah. I'm sure you'll figure it out eventually.
Fuck you, Akane!
What? Just when is eventually?
In a future not very far from now.
Bullshit! That's not good enough! Why can't you tell us now? Instead of answering, Akane knelt down next to Dio and picked his knife off the floor.
I'm going to keep this with me.
Don't change the subject!
But it's almost time.
What are you talking about? We've got plenty of time!
No. In a few moments, you'll return to the original timeline.
What?
This is the way it has to be. Don't fight it. Logomorph.
Yes.
Logomorph?
You call him Zero Jr. His official designation is Logomorph.
Hey, Zero.
Logomorph, this is an order. Unlock my bracelet.
Compliance.
Now, everything is in place.
Oh! Maybe that's why he picked Ally in this timeline. Because he didn't have to kill anyone. So he wasn't on edge or anything. You know, that actually makes some sort of sense. What seems absolutely ridiculous and unfound makes perfect sense when you consider he didn't actually murder Akane. Murdering Akane is what sets forth a bunch of suspicion and chaos. Without that first act, Dio's just kind of in the game now. There's no reason to be on edge. There's no reason to believe that everyone suspects you. There's no need for the paranoia. There's obvious confusion, and that might have thrown him for a loop too. There's plenty of reasons why he wouldn't have chosen betray in the first round. Interesting.
I have put the bracelet onto Dio. All we have to do is place his body in the 5th AB room, the second one from the right.
That's the one Quark is in, right?
Correct. I will move him. I will also put your bodies back into the 3rd AB room.
And you're gonna do this all yourself, an old woman.
Once that's done, I will reset its puzzle to an unsolved state.
Why do you need to do all that?
To recreate the history that you remember. Your consciousness is about to leave your body and return to the future. Your body will be emptied, and your other consciousness will jump back in. If your bodies aren't back in the 3rd AB room by then, it would be bad.
So you're saying some version of us is going to wake up in that room and repeat the same history again? Well, I guess this could actually be our 2nd or 3rd time.
You are exactly correct. Lastly, I'm going to leave this with you.
She paused and pulled something out of her pocket. It was a small key attached to a string.
I'll tie it onto your ankle so that you won't lose it. All right, Sigma?
What's it say on there?
Tu fui ego eris.
Oh. So I gotta make my way back to the bee garden.
It's Latin. It means, what you are, I was. What I am, you will be.
Yes.
What am I supposed to do with it?
It will help you meet someone who's very important.
What?
Go. Return to the future. You won't be alone. I will be at your side, watching over you. Now hurry.
Wait! I still... To be continued. Well then, a new destination has been added to the flowchart. Wow, we're already 60 hours in. Alright, and here's our next one. After Ally.